So lads, after yesterday's crazy drop of cards, like, the only thing I can say is the mode has changed forever. So what we had done the last time, we were making, well, we was like this stage last month, I think. We went over the best squad you can make in NBA 2K20 at this time last year, and we're going to be doing that again on month on. So we're going to be looking at the best team right now in NBA 2K21 versus the best team in 2K20. So lads, it's a very confusing one, and basically which one would win. Obviously, different players do different things in each game, but I'm going to try to make this just kind of explain who was more OP for their game at the time. As well as that, there are current gen and next gen, and man, I learned today that cards that are good on next gen are not necessarily good on current gen. I played my first competitive game on current gen in quite a while, and my god, Fatbot is absolutely, he just destroyed me. I couldn't get a stop. Like, I think I was down like 6 points halfway through a third against him in game one, but I was shooting like 87% and he was shooting 96% or something. Oh, it was like, anyone who says there's no defense on current gen, man, unless you are unbelievably good at baiting lanes and know what way players rotate and know how the AI works, there's no defense on current gen either. I know that from losing a game by 30 points while shooting 77% from the field, and only turning the ball over 5 times. But yeah, anyway. So we're starting off on next gen, and the point guards are I'm pretty confident in saying that it's Ben Simmons and Grant Hill. I'm pretty confident saying that these two guys are the best point guards in the game. If you're looking, even including secondary positions, maybe you can argue Pistol Pete on next gen, JR on next gen, but these guys are probably the best on both gens. Like, Simmons is unbelievable on current gen. He's a god on next gen. Like 44 Hall of Fame badges, 61 total badges on Simmons. He has got Hall of Fame range, Hall of Fame quick first, that post spin ignition, passing master, handles for days, clamps. Man, Simmons is just next level. Driving dunk 95, lateral quickness 97, 97 perimeter defense, 96 speed, again 99 plus in everything, and just a god tier card. Grant Hill, 98 speed, 98 acceleration, 94 3-point, 97 shot mid. He had 96 lateral quickness, 96 perimeter defense, 98 driving dunk. Again, a near perfect card, and he's 6'8". So for me, I would still take Grant Hill over Ben Simmons on current gen, just because of the way I play the game, but they're both crazy good. So yeah, these guys are in. So let's have a look. What day are we? We're on the 24th of April, which was this day, which is the out of position day. So point guards, I mean, we got to go tween LeBron, don't we? We really got to go tween team for the point guards. So we got LeBron. And then is it between LeBron, probably. No, this dude existed. There's a really tough one between Giannis, LeBron, Magic, and Simmons. The LeBron had probably the best, easiest release to green, but he couldn't shoot in the corners, but didn't matter. I'm going to go Magic because at this stage last year, everyone was playing Deep Hash. So we're going to go Campus Legends Magic. So lads, LeBron was ridiculous, and so was Campus Legends Magic. LeBron had 45 hoffs. He had 28 golds. So he actually had more hoffs and more golds than Ben Simmons or Grant Hill. And Magic had 40 and 27. So like, you had 73 total badges on LeBron James. Like, you literally had 73 total. And in terms of his stats, he had 95 plus. Outside pick and roll defense, like, the guy had 95 plus in everything. And he could tween. Yeah, he was ridiculous. The only problem with him was that he had the weird LeBron James layup package, which was basically the Hall of Fame miss open layups package. And then he also got an Evo, which boosted his post hook to 99 and essentially made him a GOAT card. But that was later on in the year. Magic Johnson, he was another one. He had gold range extender, only, which again wasn't the greatest. He had half quick draw. His releases on very quick. He had the Pro 3 behind the back in the deep hash era of the game, where the Pro 3 behind the back meant a lot more last year than this year. Obviously, he didn't have the hot zones everywhere, but he did get an Evo. And he got a pretty early Evo, that gave him half range extender. I don't remember how long ago that Evo... Well, I remember how long it took for that Evo to come in. But I don't think it was by April. I don't think by April we had seen an Evo on Magic Johnson. So, yeah, I'm going to say, like, the 40 half badge Magic Johnson. The point guard position, this is a really close one. So we have got these two versus these two. Oh, I don't know. I don't know who I'm going to say were the better duo at the point guard position. Who are the better duos? I'm going to say tweening and Deep Hash Pro 3. The way the game was last year, I get it. Grant Hill can Pro 3. But just due to their time, because of the fact that, like, this LeBron James, I'm pretty sure, was in my endgame squad. And this Magic Johnson was in a lot of people's endgame point guard. So I'm going to say, actually, before people figured out how OP tweening was, I'm going to say LeBron and Magic over Ben Simmons and Grant Hill. So 2K20 has a 1-0 lead right here. So now we're looking at two guards, including secondary positions. So, did any of them really come out yesterday? I don't think we got any good two guards yesterday, did we? Because they were all power forwards, small forwards. Like, all the good cards were small forward, power forward, unless you want to put, like, Penny, who can play at the 2. Like, yeah, Corver was the best player that could play at the 2 this year. Or that came out yesterday. They're all the best player that could play at the 2. The best player for the 2. So, I mean, it's T-Mac. And... I mean, are we going DeRozan? Are we going Pistol Pete, maybe? It can't go Harden. I mean, DeRozan it is, I guess. Or I can go Kawhi. Kawhi would be good. Oh, I don't know. Kawhi's better next gen. DeRozan's better current. I'm going to go DeRozan. And Tracy McGrady as the two guards. And on... That's not J.R. Smith. Definitely not J.R. Smith. So Tracy McGrady and DeMar DeRozan. These two guys in. Like, T-Max got 39 hoffs. He does have half steady, but he does come with half blinders on next gen. Pro 3 behind, Pro 1 behind the back, Pro 2 escape, Trey Burke on quick. Exact same 6 for DeRozan. Except DeRozan doesn't have, what's the badge called? Steady. Struggling to speak. DeRozan doesn't have the steady badge, and DeRozan isn't quite as much length. So on current gen I'm taking DeRozan, next gen I'm taking T-Mac, but I'm going to put them as the two guards here. And then on 2K20. It's a very, very interesting one. So, at this stage last year was right after the out of position packs. I mean, Ben Wallace was out at this stage last year, wasn't he? Or was he not? We also had Hito point guard, which would be... Hito might go in a small forward, honestly. We had Ben Wallace at this stage. We had Shooting Shaq. Luka was pretty good at 2. Why aren't that many great two guards, were there? Like, Spotlight Sims, we didn't really get many great ones. In Campus Legends, we had no one for the 2 guard. Oh, I know who was at the 2. How did I forget this card? Tracy McGrady's leap year card. I think we're 1 week off the Tracy McGrady glitch card as well for that point guard, but he wouldn't have made a point guard. He would have just made it the 2. Is there anyone else that's good? Lads, we have to. We have to. I'm sorry. I get it. Kobe Bryant existed. I get it, Kobe Bryant existed, but this would not be a DBG video if I'm not putting Nick Batum at the 2 guard instead of Kobe Bryant. I was thinking, I was like, who else was there at the 2? And I was like, I could put in the GOAT Kobe. And I still to this day believe Nick Batum was better than the GOAT Kobe. But tweening Ben Wallace might be a shout. Tweening Ben Wallace might really be a shout at that position. But no, I just have to. I apologize. I have to. For the meme, I have to put Nick Batum in. So, basically, Tracy McGrady, 39 halves, 3,600 total stats, 98 3-ball. Like, almost the same as the T-Mac we have now. Like, very, very similar. And then Nick Batum. Nick Batum had the Pro 3 behind the back, which is elite. He had only an 80 drive dunk, but he had a 93 ball, and he was chicken, man. He was so cash. His defense is unbelievable as well. Offensively, only gold range, but I look at his defensive badges. He doesn't look like much. Oh, man. I'm going to say this now. If I made the best budget cards at this stage of the year versus best budget cards, I might do that next week. I mean, we're not seeing one card really from 2K20 apart from, like, Batum. Like, the budget cards are god tier this year, but, man, it would be DeRozan and T-Mac. Considering it's T-Mac and other T-Mac, and last year we just had T-Mac and that was really it. Because I'm telling you, I still to this day will not say that GOAT Kobe was a good card. I'm going to have to go with these 2 guys, and I'm going to say the winner is 2K21. 2K21 wins the 2 guard position. Small forwards. We got a lot of good guys that can play small. Wait a minute. I'm an idiot. This guy's a center. Kevin Durant to the 2. So, 2K21 comfortably wins the 2 guard position. I completely forgot Kevin Durant existed. Okay, small forwards. There is no brainer. Danny Ferry. Any good cards yesterday of small forward eligibility? I really like Kuzma. But I'm going to say Rudy's better. I love Kuzma. If you're on next gen, I mean, I would probably take Kuzma over him. But I mean, Rudy, you have to play Rudy. You really have to play Rudy as your 2 small forwards here. Yeah, that's really the way you got to go. Like, Rudy, absolutely incredible. Kuzma's a beast as well. Like, I feel bad having to not use Kuzma. But I mean, I think Rudy might be a little bit better. Like, Rudy, again, he's got probably a better release than Kuzma, but very, very close. But he's got the Pro A tween, Pro 2 behind the back, or Pro 2 escape. But I mean, Kuzma, does Kuzma not have Pro 3 behind the back? That's such a tight one. 3083 and 37 for him. What's Kuzma's? 37 and 2976. Kuzma has the better behind the back. I prefer base 80. Really, the base 80 is almost the same. Kuzma's taller, but he's a shorter wingspan. Taking both Curry on both gens. Preference. Literally preference. Whoever you prefer. Do you prefer Rudy or do you prefer Kuzma? It is preference. I think I would go... I'm going to put him Rudy bits close, but I think Danny Ferry... On next gen, he's just the best. He's still the best card in the game on next gen, even above Simmons. But unbelievable stats. 98 on very quick. Like, he's crazy good. He is crazy good. So Danny Ferry in there. 2K20. Okay, this is an interesting one because we had. I'm trying to think who we had at this stage. I mean, we have Ben Wallace. I mean, is Hito? Tween Team Hito. Base 11. AK. AK Karolenko. I might have to change this. I think that might be the duo we gotta go with. Neither of those guys even had well, AK didn't even have off range that year. Trying to think, were there any guys in any of these sets? None of the Spotlight Sims were good enough. As much as I liked some of these fan favorites cards, like Bonga, I definitely am not going to put any of them in. Kevin Durant, Opal, not a chance. Campus Legends, Mello, no. None of these Spotlight Sim cards. Josh Smith, no. So yeah, I think I'm going to have to go Hito and AK. Hito was a weird one because I was a much bigger fan of Hito than most people were of Hito. Because I loved base 11 last year. Like Andrei Korolenko and Hito Turkoglu, I was just such a big fan of base 11 that I was so high on those cards. And like I know a lot of people didn't re-rate Hito highly, but for me, the dude was 6'10". He could tween. Every player could carry slide last year. He had a 97 3 ball. He had really, really good defense, 94 lateral quickness, great block, or decent block and steal rating, and he had unbelievable height, which meant a lot. As well as that, he had the Pro 6 behind the back. I was a massive, massive fan of Hito Turkoglu last year. Then there was Andrei Korolenko. So AK, he had the Pro 5 behind the back. He was just that defensive player. Only thing was that he didn't even come with half, or he did come half range. Why did I think he didn't come half range? He's basically like the current AK, the AK we have right now, except instead of having base 98 and quick, he has, he had base 11 or Aldridge base when they were the same thing, but they were really, really good release, in my opinion. So like, not Tracy McGrady, AK and Hito, I think were probably the best small forwards. Even though you could probably say AK would be the best power. Actually, no. I think there are power forwards I'm going to put in instead. But small forwards, yeah, we got Hito and AK. And I'm sorry. You cannot compare last year's AK and last year's Hito to Danny Ferry. But you can compare him to Rudy. Rudy was more offensive. I don't know if Rudy was a better offensive player than Hito. And he probably played better defense than Hito. Hito handled it better though, and he could tween in a game where the tween meant a lot. That's a close one. I'm going to say 2K21 is better, but it's a very, very close one. I'm going to say 2K21 guys are better. And then power forwards right now. So the power forward position, I mean, we could use someone doing a point guard and play Ben Simmons. I mean, I think Kuzma and Giannis. Or D-Rob and Giannis. It all depends on what gen you're on. Because on next gen, I'm taking Kuzma. On current gen, I'm taking D-Rob. I think Giannis belongs there no matter what. Giannis is incredible. Giannis just belongs there. I'm taking Kuzma? Oh, I don't know. D-Rob's a big, big guy. He catches rebounds well. He's my power forward. But Kyle Kuzma is a beast. D-Rob, I'm sad to say. David Robinson. Surprised we've only got 2 of yesterday's selection. One of them is Rudy Gay. But, yeah, that's what I'm going with. Obviously, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Decent shooter. Like, both of these gold range extender players. But their defense and their size and rebounding and just glitchiness is why they are so good. Power forwards for 2K20. I'm actually going for 2 point guards. I'm going for 2 point guards. I'm going range extender Simmons. I'm going not NBA. NBA's back Simmons is the best card in that game. I don't care what anyone says. Even over Yao Ming range, NBA's back Simmons is the best player in that game. And power forward was Giannis. Antetokounmpo's pink diamond card. Giannis had a gold range extender, a decent 3-ball. Ben Simmons had a 93 ball and half range extender. And the big thing with these guys, Ben Simmons had a Pro 8 dribble glitch. Giannis had the Pro 2 behind the back dribble glitch. They both had dribble glitching moves. And like for these guys right here, every player on this team, except for like the cones of Tracy McGrady and AK, who are unbelievable at that, all had either a dribble glitch tween or a dribble glitch behind the back or Pro 3. Actually no, Pro 1 behind the back, which Tracy McGrady had. Pro 1 used to glitch by the feet. Like, and Pro 3 used to glitch past. Pro 3 glitched past the AI and deep hash. Pro 1 glitched by the AI by glitching by their feet. And then you glitch through the bodies with Pro 2 behind the back and Pro 3. So the only player is AK that didn't have a dribble glitch on last gen. On 2K20, sorry. So, as much as I love even Giannis and D-Rob, as great as they are, I'm taking this Giannis over this Giannis because they're basically the same card. except for the fact that this Giannis here could dribble glitch in a game where dribble glitching was a thing. And this D-Rob, as great as he was, I'm taking tweening Pro 8 Ben Simmons. Didn't even matter if he had unpluckable. He didn't have unpluckable. He just held L2 and he went through their bodies. And then we got centers. And lads, it's Shaq and Kareem from last year. Kareem. And this year, Wilt. And the big diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. So, Wilt is the best of all of the centers. Wilt is the best of all of the centers. He's his range extender. And I just want to see what Shaq was like last year. What was he like, April the 10th? Just want to see what Shaq was like. 42 halves. Including range extender. Deep hooks. And post hooks mattered more. He could dribble glitch last year. Only a 93 ball, whereas Shaq this year, primary center still, but Shaq this year had like a 96 3 ball. Shaq and 48 half badges. So Shaq is just better this year. Other are better alternatives. So, and Kareem is like this Will Chamberlain without range extender. So I'm going to have to give the center position to 2K21. So this is a close matchup. The point guards, I think we were better in 2K20, especially because, again, we've got 2 point guards playing power forward. At point guard, I think we were definitely better. We do not have a point guard in either of these squads whose secondary position is not power forward, which is crazy. 2 guards, 2/3s, and I know obviously the primary 3 isn't great, but a lot of power forwards can play down. The like 2 through 4s, or 2 through 4s in general, because obviously these are the point guards just happen to be able to play there. We're a lot better in 2K in this year, but especially on the wings, we're getting a lot better players. But like this year, it was kind of weak again. Even if I put in Kobe, it's still a whitewash for these 2 guys against these 2. And then the centers are way better. So I think we got a lot more like ridiculously overpowered point guards and glitchy cards last year. I think the overall balance of the game, whereas I reckon we have like 100 competitively viable cards in the game this year, which is crazy. Whereas if you use this squad this time last year, you better believe you're winning most games. So yeah, that is pretty much it. I want to change one thing on this lineup, and I don't think it changes anything. I'm going to take out AK. Put in point guard. I know what I'm doing, actually. AK, you stay in. Kurolenko, you are in. Wrong Kurolenko, but AK Kurolenko is in. As much as I like Nick Batum, I put him in because I was thinking of putting in Kobe. Magic, you are now playing at the 2. And Thon Maker, point guard, is coming into the game. I forgot he was a thing. So for now, I'm still giving the advantage slightly to 2K21. But Thon at the 1 with that Pro 3 and Magic taking out Nick Batum, and makes it a little bit closer. But the big difference is the centers were so much better this year. So anyway, yeah, that is pretty much it. That's the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.